A very good afternoon to you, everyone. You're welcome to a beautiful episode on your favorite sports show right here on the stable of The Punch. I Punch Sports Extra. My name is Shegun Odwayo. Like I do say, I'm not here alone. I have with me a fantastic supporting striker. The first time on the show, but this is an experienced old leg. And when you need special goals in the 80th minute and 82nd minute, you know you cannot rely on young guns, but established legs and established hands to come in and do the job. I have with me this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning, Johnny Edward. Good morning to you, Johnny.
Good morning, Shegun. It's good to be here, making my debut as an OG here. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it feels good to have you. And very quick, we go into the details that we have for the day. What better detail for us to explain than the Super Eagles game against Saudi Arabia? We were together on Friday. Was it on Friday? It was on Friday, watching the game from one goal down. Of course, we had a couple of chances that we could have scored. Same Super Eagles tactics. We wasted our chances. They were leading 1-0. We did our thing again. Came back 2-1, and the same system. 93rd minute free kick against Super Eagles of Nigeria, and there was so much tension in the room. There was tension. We were confused. We were wondering what was going to happen. In the end, 2-2 ended. No victory in 15 games for Pesero.
Sadly, no victory for Pesero in his first 6 games in friendlies, 15 for the national team. But talking about that game particularly, it was a day to forget for the Super Eagles. First and foremost, to start from the goalkeeping department. We expected that probably Uzo, who missed out on the last game due to suspension, would come in and probably show us exactly the reason why he should be number 1 for Nigeria going into the AFCON next year. But the way he handled, he made a good save in the first half, stopping Al-Samal in the 34th minute. But unfortunately, he considered a terrible blunder. I mean, flipping the ball into his own net. I mean, without no pressure or whatsoever. And of course, that got fans, football pundits, thinking, can we rely on him? Of course, the team, out of their own, you could say zeal, pulled on back through a forced own goal, courtesy from a pressure from Boniface. Exactly, and of course, Kelechi Iheanacho, the chaos man, the senior man, did his thing, scoring a scorcher from
sweet goal.
Exactly, from the edge of the box. But like you said, an additional time, we considered a goal. That means it shows that we can't really keep it tight at the back, and of course we can't really take our chances when we have them, when we even create them, because we didn't really create good chances. But against the run of play, we outnumbered them when we were on the counter, and we created those chances, and we didn't take them. And one thing many people failed to realize in that encounter was that Osimhen didn't get the good passes we all know the Eagles would do to create chances for him. He was playing with Boniface for the first time from the starting 11, and that showed. Yes, with his quality, but it's the national team, it's a different ballgame entirely, and we struggled in that department. So it's still back to the drawing board for Pesero regarding how he tweaks his team. And personally, I feel that it's going to be very, very tough for the Eagles to thrive and soar playing just two midfielders in
and 4 up front.
Exactly.
You said it was 4-2-4.
A 4-2-4 kind of formation, because we don't have those wingers disciplined enough to fall back
and help the guys at the back,
and also to launch attack as well. So there's a way he needs to ensure that there's a balance from the attack to the midfield and of course the defense as well. Then talking about the centre half, a lot of experimentation has been going on in the team. He has been pairing Bassi and Semi Ajayi, Bassi and Trustekong, Semi Ajayi and Trustekong and the likes, but he seems not to have his own first choice pairing.
5 and 6.
Exactly, going into the AFCON, and that's a big headache for Pesero, if you ask me. Not just the attacking talent which you have at our disposal again. So a lot of work to do. We just hope that today's encounter against Mozambique he must have probably gotten an incline going to the qualifiers next month, and of course the AFCON proper.
All right, very quickly now. There were so many persons that were speaking about Francis Uzo, but nobody was talking about the fact that there was a Joe Aribo that came on, and that tackle was very needless. Completely needless. There were 2-3 defenders in front of the Saudi Arabian attacker, and you came from behind and caused so much havoc just at the edge of the pen, somewhere that was very dangerous. And looking at our history, happened against Algeria, where we considered that sad goal. I mean, who would have expected that the game was almost off? Let's go and lose in the extra time or even lose in penalties. We will be able to explain the whole thing. Not at that time where it was mathematically almost impossible for us to come back. Same thing in this game as well. Probably if we had 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it was in its 50th minute, we could have won. But coming from behind to lead and then still drawing felt like a loss. Now, very quickly now, how do we solve these little challenges that lead to chaos for the team?
It shows Pesero basically doesn't know his first 11 and doesn't know how to close up games. Now, he wants to please every player, which is impossible as a coach. You have the best legs, like we all say. I'm sure if Taiwo Awuni was fit for this game, a player like Boniface would have a cameo appearance, would make cameo appearances. Yeah. So he had his chance. Look at Chukwueze. I mean, for the runs he made, Messi runs he made from the right flank. I mean, his crosses were very, very poor. Tackle. I mean, he
has been poor for a while now.
Exactly, but and same with Ademola Lookman also too, who had 2 good chances and failed to bury them.
Saudi game.
So I mean, so what happened? And they played for over 60 minutes. So what happened? So it's now his tactical acumen comes into question. So why do you leave those players so long? It's a friendly. You could try out other options.
Let's see what we can
Let's see what we could do. And of course, I mean, in Europe, for instance, that we know how the likes of the experienced Jose Mourinho, you don't need 60 minutes to, except you a game changer in the likes of Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard of this world, of course, the Neymars of this world. But apologies, but we don't really have that big star in our team except for Victor Osimhen. Except for Victor Osimhen. So everybody should fall in line when in regards to this. Bring them out. Let them know that they have to fight and end for this position. Yeah. Now you're playing
not dashed.
Exactly. So I feel it's still down to Jose Pesero himself to ensure that players should fight for this jersey. Not that when they stroll into the team and they get a shirt and they play.
All right. At the back, we're talking about Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey. Are these the best defenders we have? We are going for the Nations Cup, and we are even saying this is our turn to get the 4th one. I think we are playing an Emilocon for Nations Cup kind of campaign that the NFF is pushing for right now. It's not about the tag. It's not about the campaign. Do we have the quality? Let's start from the back. Calvin Bassey, Semi Ajayi.
I don't think that's our best pairing. My opinion. I don't think that's our best pairing. If you look at, if you consider pace, technique, and experience, that's not it. In fact, I want to rack my head now to see which of the defenders we have at our disposal.
Kenneth Omero,
William Trustek,
old leg,
old horse. Even he was there when we won it 10 years ago.
10 years ago,
and
he was a member of the team.
He was a Trojan back then, but same cannot be said of his experience and his form. Of course, now, but of course, you won't take away
captain Trustek
you won't take away the experience Omero has over the years. Same with Trustek, but. Basically, I think what the defense needs is somebody who can really sit and mop up balls, cover, shield them. We've lacked that for the past 3 years since they had this in and out, I mean, off and off form for lefters. It has affected the Super Eagles, except we don't want to admit that, but it has affected the Super Eagles in a big way. So we need somebody who can really sit in front of the midfield and really do what Ogenyonazi used to do for the Eagles in the past. Then we could say we will stand a chance of trying to compete for the title. But having said that, if we don't have such player, because now at Leicester City, he's being played offensively now, so it changes his orientation when it comes in. And
happened to Mikel.
Exactly.
Mikel in the past.
Even happened in this game. You see him surge forward,
and then try to come back.
And of course, the Saudi Arabians already had outnumbered the Eagles.
They are good users of the
ball. Very technical on the ball. So we need somebody who is disciplined to sit in front of the ball. Then we could say we'll stand a chance. But
who is our number 10? Who plays number 10 for the Super Eagles?
Alex Iwobi plays that role, but we really don't have a number 10.
There was Joe Aribo at some point. Then it looks like we don't have a number 10, a real 10.
We don't have, and that's the truth. And Iwobi doesn't seem to get overwhelmed when there's pressure in that role. Yes, he shows flashes, tries to string passes from the deep, but he's not really effective playing the first ball from the heart of the defense or from the midfield. He's not really effective, but we need someone like Iwobi's prowess, experience in the final third, that final good passage. Exactly. And that brings to question Pesero's formation, playing a 4-2-4. Now, do we have those disciplined wingers who could really surge forward, join the attack, and also to join back? I mean, back in the days, in the likes of Shegun Odegbami, Mudalawa, who could run, Semeka, that could run the flanks, going forward and join the midfield. But we don't have that anymore. We have only wingers who are disciplined on the wings and can cut in and take an attempt and go. But he's trying to play an offensive football, which we want, but not forgetting the fact that the first mix of goals is just to defend well, then try and score. So we don't have those disciplined defenders who could run the flanks for 90 minutes or let's say 70 minutes.
70.
Exactly.
Now up front, which is supposed to be our strongest point, unfortunately, we are not banging it except for Sao Tome and Principe, which was expected. We are not banging in the goals as expected. Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Ademola Lookman, Terence Murphy came on as well for a cameo appearance. I mean, we have so many superstars up front, but how can we make these guys work? How can we tweak the front formation to make it to get the best out of these guys?
Firstly, it's down to formation. Now you can't play a 4-2-4 and expect the likes of Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen to thrive, or playing Awuni and Osimhen also to thrive in such. Looking at how Nottingham Forest plays, for instance, now they play a 4-5-1. They play a player just behind Taiwo, who could feed him, who could run to space for him when he gets the ball. We don't have that in the Eagles for Osimhen, or neither with Taiwo Awuni. With Bayern Leverkusen, where Boniface has been very, very prolific since he joined, now they've been playing an expansive football. Now he's not even seen as
a 9.
Exactly. But he runs into space.
He's always available.
But who shows up the middle for the Eagles?
Who is keeping it up?
Exactly. Who is starting the play?
I think that's where Kelechi comes in. He can play around with the guys up front. He can also be like an 8. If
you bring in a Kelechi, then you have to. That means you drift the formation a bit to a 4-3-2-1 or probably a 4-3-3, whereby the wingers will be flexible a bit.
And then Kelechi is like
just
the connecting pipe
within both
to the front and to the wing.
You could get away with such formation playing a team that would not really compete against you. I'm sure Pesaro won't play a 4-2-4 against Cote d'Ivoire at AFCON. Or probably when the World Cup qualifier starts.
Because you have to be defensive.
Exactly.
And then launch with a few guys.
Exactly. So I'm not sure you want to take such a risk. But we need to really have that spark. And that's why I'm hoping probably someone like Fisayo, who was recently invited to the Eagles, could make a mark in that role if he gets a chance to play later today for Nigeria. So, but that's the biggest problem, the creative aspect of the national team, how to solve it.
Very quickly to our catastrophic department, our controversial department, our chaotic department, the goalkeeping department. We don't have a solution. It is crystal clear right now that we are in the dark and we do not even know how to find a light.
You might be right, first and foremost, but
how do we prepare for a competition as big as the African Nations Cup or the Cup of Nations with total confusion? The only thing the coach came out to say was Nigerians are criticizing my goalkeepers. Nigerians they don't criticize when there's no need to criticize. Exactly. They don't applaud when there's no need to applaud. If you do well, you don't have to tell us to applaud. Nigerians will applaud. If you do badly, you just know they will criticize you.
Definitely.
How do we come out of this quagmire, this controversy, this chaos, this catastrophe?
Firstly, I feel that goalkeepers need time to thrive. And of course, it takes a goalkeeper with a large heart to man the Super Eagles goal. Now, when Vincent Nyama came on board in 2010, of course, he made his debut in Lagos.
2010. He was with the boys at the World Cup 2002.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
2002. So
in fact, unofficially 2000 as an understudy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I beg. You're very, very correct with that. So he went to the World Cup. He made his debut
against England.
He made some mistakes.
Yeah. But it was not that bad against England.
Listen. I'm talking about afterwards when he made his debut, when he became first choice. He made some mistakes, and of course when Betty
none of these mistakes were as bad as these guys.
Yeah, but it wasn't really because we were winning at that time. We were winning at that time, so it wasn't really out there. It wasn't really out there. So he lost his place in 2008 at the AFCON to Austin Ejide.
Yes.
And I think that was the turning point for Vincent Nyama. Because Ejide didn't have a good performance,
yes,
so
he did not.
He had to come back. A new coach tried him.
But some people feel it was because of the issue we had with the coach at the end that he didn't really lose his.
You know, Germans like tall coaches and tall goalkeepers, and that was why Raw opted for Carly Clement until he had leukemia, and of course he came for Maduka Okoye because of his height. But again, inexperience, cultural differences affected Okoye. And of course, the large heart, again, like I said from my start of go, the large heart which all these players coming from overseas to play for, the large heart which he had. I mean, a little dragging here and there on Twitter, and you feel, why should I come and play for you when you're... I mean, for crying out loud, we all know how Maguire is even dragged. Even the Ghanaian FA, an African legislator
was
made jest of Maguire. So how much more you... But, you know, it shows the kind of mental strength some of our players have. And of course, you can't compare back then to what we have at the moment. I mean, like they say, when Eagles were Eagles. Now, these are not... I'm not saying, but, you know, so many nomenclature, so many...
Right now.
Have been named. The team has been currently named. But the goalkeeping aspect, I feel it is still down to the coach. Stick to a goalkeeper. Give him the confidence he needs to thrive. But I feel, my own opinion, I don't think Uzo...
I mean, I guess he has had enough.
No. I don't think he's our number one. Neither do I think Maduka Okoye is. So we've seen both of them in the last 4 years.
Yes.
From 2018 to date, we've seen both of them
enough
play.
Of Maduka Okoye, and we've had enough of...
So let's see, probably...
Francis Uzo as well.
I'm not comfortable with Ojo Olorunleke, but let's see him. Let's see Adeleye from Israel. Let's see Lawal from Austria.
Adeleye came in too and was not too convincing. He was just there.
Like I said, if you ask ex-internationals, they will tell you we still have goalkeepers, but they need time. But how much time do we have?
This is November. Sorry, this is October. We have a Nations Cup waiting for us at the turn of the new year. And we say we are going to win it. Is that not the tag? That we are going to win? Anyway, very quickly, we have another game tonight.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm happy we are not going to have a Victor Osimhen. We know his quality already. That is not, we are not negotiating that. Yeah. So let's keep him aside. We are also not going to have Kelechi Iheanacho confirmed. So let's see Victor Boniface. Let's see if what happened to Ademola Lookman on Friday was a mistake. Let's see if he can rectify his flaws. Let's see, what's this guy, Terry Murphy. Let's see the other guys and see who we can add to the team. I don't know if I'm just being mistaken now. We need to have Osimhen every day. I think the injury is a blessing in disguise. And probably when the other guys come on board today. And I'm more interested in this because we are playing an African side. This is not the Al Kawaris. I mean, those guys did not give me the physical football that we do see in AFCONs. Yeah. Tonight or this evening, hopefully, we see the Gidigbo football in quotes now. The real AFCON football. Ademola Lookman should not be expecting these guys that will just come with a tackle and then just come. No, AFCON was...
career-threatening tackle.
AFCON. Even Mikel Obi at some point had to come into AFCON. In 2006, in his first AFCON, he was still yippee-yoppy. Yeah. When he came to Ghana in 2008, it looked like it was different.
2010
was that Angola 2010?
Yeah, it was.
And Angola, he was also a Lions. He kept growing. In 2013, he had won it when he was coming back 2015. So when these guys play the real African football at World Cup qualifiers, are also not different. But when you get to the World Cup and such friendlies, you can be looking for... You know the way they play in AFCON? AFCON, they will put everybody behind the goalkeeper and one person will be in front and... Oh my goodness, God help us. But should we expect this evening?
I'm expecting some changes from firstly the goalkeeping department. Of course, I want to see an...
You don't think Uzo will come in?
I don't think he should.
You don't think it will dampen his mentality?
It's a friendly.
And of course,
I don't think
after the way did he looked at him the other day?
Oh, you saw that. But like I said, I mean, the coach invited 25 players to the squad, so everybody's expected to play. And of course, everybody has been active at their club level, so it won't be a disservice if an Adeleye takes at the position today. And of course, probably Maduka Okoye. He has been an unused substitute for Udinese in his last 7 games.
Why is Maduka Okoye in this team?
Well,
he has not played for his club.
Initially, he was invited because the issues in Israel. Adeleye couldn't get into at the time, and of course, Ojo Olorunleke couldn't get a visa from Nigeria to join the team, so they were just left with one goalkeeper in the department. So that was why they invited him in case those two don't make it into the squad. So that was why he had that chance to come in. So I expect to see a change firstly in the goalkeeping department. Then I expect to see probably a Kenneth Omero, of course, and probably a Twaringa in defense this time around. And let's see if Tyron could keep up with his pace, his performance again. Then, of course, I would like to see an Onyedika, and probably someone like he will be playing in front of those two midfield combo. Let's play a double pivot and a playmaker in front of them just to make then. Launch, I mean, let's the likes of it will be, I beg your pardon, Chukwueze and Lookman, or perhaps a Simon this time around, who might look
Simon
fresh.
Was average the other day as well.
He came in and he changed his game.
Yeah,
so let's see a Simon from the start. Let's see how he could. But then let's see Terry Murphy, or probably someone Boniface playing in that number 10 role or number 8 role behind him. Let's say that's a different formation, not the 4-2-4 which you've been seeing Pesero deploy in the last 10 games for the Eagles. I would love to see a different approach, and I also love to see a different mentality. A winning mentality, not just because we want to qualify for it. Let's beat some teams silly. Let's show that we are the Eagles. I mean, we want to do it again, and it starts with friendlies. So let's start with Mozambique here before the next month's World Cup qualifier.
All right, on Friday, I think it was on Friday, the draws for the Cup of Nations was out. And yes, Super Eagles of Nigeria will be coming up against Guinea-Bissau, will be coming up against Equatorial Guinea, and of course, Ivory Coast, the big guns. Somebody was complaining and saying that we had too many West African teams. But, I mean, it's football. We saw the draws. It didn't look cooked. It was real. We saw our own John Obi Mikel and the other guys there. But to basics now, the most important things. Are we coming out of that group alive?
Yes, we are. Yes,
okay, okay. I think our first game is against Ivory Coast. Are we beating Equatorial Guinea? Yeah. Are we beating Equatorial Guinea?
We have a good past record against them, so I think with our quality, without leaving things to chance, I think we stand a good chance. At least getting 6 points, even if not against those points are not against the host, but against Equatorial Guinea.
We are beating Equatorial Guinea. Are we beating Guinea-Bissau?
Yes, we are.
Are we beating Ivory Coast?
Regardless, we have a good. We have you know, the Eagles have one good thing going for them. When they are up against the big sides, they try to step up their game, and that's when you see them be united. I recall 2013 AFCON. We all know the story. They never gave the Eagles a chance, and
from nowhere
they braced themselves up, and of course against the run of play, against the talent, will emerge. And of course, so who says we can't beat Ivory Coast again and go on and win the fourth?
Are we topping that group?
That's a big question. I think we'll qualify.
Okay, if we don't top that group, we are going to face some big boys from the other side.
I'll expect them to come, but let's leave that group first.
They said we are doing. Are we going to do it again?
Well, I think it's too early first. I think the games against our World Cup qualifiers next month will probably give Nigerians and of course the coaches a good picture, and the kind of preparation we have into the AFCON will give us fans back home a bit of hope, or perhaps otherwise to show that yes, our team can go all the way. Not many of us give us a chance going to Cameroon in 2011, but we knew we had a team that could get to the semis, but we didn't get to the semis. So it depends on the kind of preparation we have going forward for this one. Okay,
we are hearing rumors now that Victor Osimhen may not make the Nations Cup. I think he missed the last one now because of injury. And then
COVID.
Sorry, COVID. And he was playing again at the time people are wondering, is Victor Osimhen not supposed to be? So it looks like he will miss. They say he may miss this one again. My producer off camera was saying, oh, he will play for Napoli in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Is there a game going on?
You know, basically, not many Europeans are happy losing their biggest African stars.
Except Manchester United, I guess. Onana
would not want to leave.
I think some people will be happy that he's leaving.
Yeah, exactly. But he wouldn't want to leave because he knows if he leaves for the AFCON, he's coming back to the bench.
But his manager is his guy.
It doesn't.
So he's likely will still keep his place.
Because, for instance, whoever replaces Onana at Manchester United and does very well for those things would lose, and that starts.
All right, to the Eagles now.
To the Eagles, I think it's too early to debate that now. That
Osimhen is not trying to.
Okay. But this is at the peak of his career now, and of course he's in the running for the Ballon d'Or, the FIFA Best Player Award, and of course the African Footballer of the Year Award. So
can he win the Ballon d'Or?
No. He can't.
Can he win AFCON?
No doubt about it. He's the top choice, a top contender for it. No doubt about it. So it's featuring at the tournament, proper scoring a goal, would really be an icing on the cake for Osimhen to really.
But I don't think that is part of the.
No, it's not. It's not. But I'm just saying that it will really add to his clout in this year under reviews if he does feature and probably scores a goal at the tournament. Well, I'm sure it doesn't be like Kanu Wanko, who won the African Footballer of the Year twice without scoring a goal at the tournament. Having played there for 4 times, so I think he would want to play there. He wants to lead Nigeria's attack to the AFCON. So I feel he will represent his fatherland in Ivory Coast.
All right. If Nigeria does not win, what are the top choices for taking
defending champion Senegal?
Okay.
First choice for me.
Have a great team.
Morocco still have a good side.
That's what they did at the World Cup.
They are good. Then, of course, I won't leave anything to chance with Egypt and Mohamed Salah. Very decent side, quietly getting their acts out. Then, of course, who says the hosts can go all the way too? But the last time they hosted, they won it. They failed to win it, but things might change now. They have a new crop of young stars coming up, and of course, very energetic. They might lack that cutting edge, like likes of Jackson, Rufus Zaha you mentioned, and likes. But I feel those are top contenders that could really go all the way. Don't forget Cameroon as well.
Yeah, true. Very quickly move to Nigeria. It's no longer Nigeria Professional Football League. It's now Nigeria Premier Football League.
I'm sure you're happy that the professional is off, right?
It will take some time to get used to. But just a couple of games in, Remo Stars got an away victory yesterday at Bayelsa.
Yeah.
Olamilekun Adams scoring the first goal. I was surprised that Ijabo went away and got 3 points. And then Sporting Lagos that won their first game at home, drew away, could not beat Doma here in Lagos.
Football, wow. But that's the beauty of the Premier League. And of course, we are seeing that good teams are coming out in away games to play football, express their style of play. And of course, Sporting Lagos doing very well. And of course,
they've not lost in 3 games.
Exactly, they've not lost. And I'm happy that Ijabo could bounce back from that defeat to Rivers United midweek. So it's still early days.
Akwa United is down below. No victory this season.
I feel they will get their acts right. But
Fatai Osho, what's he doing?
Well, we're counting the days.
All right, it's been a very wonderful package here. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Hopefully, this won't be the last show for Johnny Edward with us here. It's a launch. It will be with us on other occasions. We're a very busy man, but we do hope we have him on the show. Shout out to the guys behind the scene, pressing the right buttons, Olalekan Olabode and Sulaimon Adeniyi. My name is Shegun Odwan. On behalf of everybody saying, have yourselves a fantastic week and a fantastic Monday. God bless you.